Hello, Starfinders, and welcome back to Spaceflix and Kill, Year of the Scoured Stars. I am your host and GM, Crifu Bernal, and I am super excited to be here today. Normally I say other stuff. Yes, my pronouns are he, him. The way I look, I am a fair-skinned white male with brown hair that's kind of done a little poof in the front.
Little Tintin poof.
Rin Tin poof. With a goatee, wearing a plaid blue shirt and big old headphones. And yeah, this is the beginning of the end.
Wow.
Why'd you say it like that?
The beginning of the
If
end.
we stop playing now, it never finishes.
There you go.
Oh, my weakness. Unfinished campaigns. No, I love ending campaigns because when you do get there, it really feels really good. And we all get the chance, I hope, over the course of the next 3 sessions to really tie a nice bow around the story we've been telling for over 6 months. Which, kudos, everyone, for
We got there.
sticking to it, for coming every week, for dealing with me. For being here. I appreciate it, and I want to say congratulations and well done, honestly.
Well, it's not
Masterclass.
very hard to deal with you.
I hope so.
The next bastion of modesty is...
Passing the spotlight over to other people is the next bastion. Let's go ahead and actually meet the wonderful players who I am starry-eyed for. Starting, of course, with the inimitable Inez.
Hi, everyone. My name's Inez. I use she/her pronouns. I'm so glad to be back. This is so fun. I'm so glad to see my friends again and to see you guys again. Hello. Let's see. Inez, she/her pronouns. Fair-skinned, very pale-skinned white woman who uses a lot of makeup, which is blue today, and blue and black and some silver, and with some horned brows, a shaved haircut, and I'm wearing some kind of gray little half sweater with the girls out, we got the girls. Let's see. The girls are with us, the guys, it's fine. Let's see. Tonight, I will be playing Krizith Fenfire, our Dragon Dami Mommy, who we have dubbed her, who's very silent out of combat and very loud in combat. And I'm very, very excited to play her again.
And then we go clockwise to...
Oh, it's me. Is it me? It's me. All right. Okay. I don't know. I can't see.
Should
the
I have said
clockwise.
Wittershins?
You weren't muted this time.
Oh my
Yes,
god!
That is true.
Well,
Slow clap.
nothing changes, guys. Welcome back to Spaceflix and Kill. I'm Ban. Hi. I've missed this. I miss you guys. I've missed the audience. I've missed Freelance and all the other characters. So I'm looking forward to getting back into it, even if it is coming to the end of our adventure. Sad face, but happy memories. So thumbs up. Weird thumbs up. Oh, right, of course. I promise what you say. It's been a while, okay?
It has been a while.
My plans are he, they. You are seeing, or perhaps not seeing, a dark-skinned black person, or male features, in a grey beanie, which almost never comes off. I have a black hoodie on, no, just a shirt actually. It's covered in cat fur. You can't see that part, so don't worry about it. Yes, that's it. That's me. Hello.
The beanie's so big because it's full of secrets.
It is full of secrets. It is a huge beanie. It's massive.
Big brain.
It's all brave. If I take the beanie off, it's just like a huge uncovered brain underneath.
That'd be so dope.
No, it wouldn't. It would be so itchy. So itchy.
Let's hop on over across the stars. The hedgehog.
Hey everyone, I'm Hedge. I am really excited to be back. Feels like an eternity, because it has been. I use he, him pronouns. You're looking at a male with slightly darker tan skin. I haven't quite decided on the actual name for the color yet because no one can tell me. I get a different answer for each person I ask. Got brown hair, which is kind of parted with a nice scruffy fringe with lots of really bad hair at the back, which I'm disguising with these big black headphones so no one can see how unscruffy it is. I've got my beard growing back, my black beard growing back. I've got my black glasses. I'm wearing a black top for once, which I don't know if you can see properly, but it's got a old-fashioned camera on the design. Yeah, it's quite comfortable. It's warm here. The heat has risen, so I'm baking a little bit, so trying to cool down and not put the fan on. Tonight I am playing Alistair, the human mechanic who is definitely getting better. He's finally learning to talk to people, which is a improvement from episode 1. He's now got magic, technically. I can't remember what class of magic I subclassed him into. Give me a moment. It was Technomancer. That makes sense, doesn't it? Hopefully I get to some magic this time, properly. And if we have any combat, I will do what I always do, which is try and roll well, and apparently miss every single shot I attempt. I wasn't here last time, but I was watching while drugged up on a lot of tablets to deal with my very swollen jaw at the time. And all I was hearing in and out while watching the stream was Alistair misses. And it's like, that checks out. That checks. That perfectly checks out. That is peak Alistair. Yes.
It just occurred to me, I was thinking it's only been 3 weeks, but we had a 2-session for the commencement team in between. So it's actually been
about 6.
5-6 weeks, yeah. And of course,
God damn it, I was muted again. I was about to say I was vindicated for making mistakes and I was muted again.
Oh, God.
Sorry, Kafu. I didn't mean to explode all over you.
I was going to say, of course, last but not least, we have the amazing and admirable Ida.
Hello, everyone. I'm laughing. I'm trying to hold it together. Look at Discord. My name is Aida. My pronouns are she and her. I am a Latina woman with dark tan skin and dark eyes, dark hair. I am wearing a black t-shirt with the Star Wars Rebel icon on it and a red cardigan. And I'll be playing Puka, whose pronouns are also she and her. And she is a ray of sunshine and your local communist Care Bear.
And
the reason why I've been laughing so hard is because Twitch has its own auto-generated captions and they make no sense. I screenshot it and allow them to send garden, ice, scrappy, free trade offer. I have a bachelor's B speaker to see on her how those 5 years and jacket I used to. By day's end, if there's an imaginary male with Cyrene stuck in Paris.
I love that line.
It's like an AI is writing it.
No,
it very well could be an AI. Yeah. I mean, most likely is.
My God. I'm fucking dead.
If it is an AI, I would like to welcome our new robot overlords.
Yeah.
I also love the line, I have access only actual laser. The average is at the sidebar leaf and is now in Congress are led by wasting his time. Allow an Academy set the single shot.
I will tweet these later because this is so
oh my God.
This is a big part of why I've never been a big fan of, because in a lot of Starfinder campaigns, it's usually typical for a group to get their own personal starship that becomes a character in the party. And in other campaigns run by other GMs, it's very common for the ship to have an AI.
Right.
I never liked that as a GM because then it's an extra character and voice I have to do and be. But I'm also just AI. I don't know. I'm wary. I don't know.
That bitch could just crash a ship at any moment,
You can be a beep boop like R2.
Yes.
Artu's
True.
feisty though. Artu's like a feisty little guy.
Beep boop, beep
Yeah.
boop is fine,
That's what I
but
love about him, though.
a ship
Is-
AI.
Is R2 feistier than those little robots that run around
The
the
mouse
floor?
bots?
Yeah.
I think everything smaller than R2 is feisty.
Mm.
R2 and downwards in size.
Am
What do
I
they call it?
smaller than
That's-
R2? I might be.
I don't think so.
Either
I think
or
I
her
do-
character.
Oh,
Both.
got it.
I think that you got a point
Puka
there,
might
like
be
having
tinier.
Yeah,
Not
Puka's
you.
small. Puka's
I
for,
think-
if she's Ewok size, she's for sure smaller than R2.
Yes.
No, Ewoks are bigger than R2D2.
No.
Yeah, when they capture them.
Are they?
You're right.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right.
What?
They hugged them. They
I'm-
hugged R2.
I'm very big on my Star Wars height charts. So
Okay.
I know what I'm talking about. I'm just saying, look, hey, I've been running the wiki for
My
5
bad.
years. I know what
I
I'm
didn't know
talking
we
about.
had a
You can go
specialist
to-
over here. My
yeah,
bad.
Star Wars height charts and feet.com. That's my thing. You can check it out. I've got it all cataloged.
That
Oh.
was.
Amazing. Absolutely.
Shall we play a game?
No, I'm here just to copy paste the stupid captions.
So let's
That's all it is.
switch the music and read.
Uh,
No, read that. Okay, I'm going to stop. I promise I'm going to stop. I'm sorry. It's too distracting.
We're gonna do a big recap.
okay.
Good brokenness.
Bro! Oh my god.
Sorry, that's the last one. That's the last one. That's the last one. No more.
Oh my god.
A year ago, the Starfinder Society suffered a devastating loss, led by First Seeker.
Luwasi.
No. First Seeker.
That was the second seeker.
First Seeker
Oh.
Judnara.
Yes.
The previous First Seeker.
Haha.
First Seeker Jadnora, a male Kasathan Solarian. The Starfinders journeyed into the trinary star system, so a system with 3 separate star systems, known as the Scoured Stars. They all were trapped inside the Scoured Stars when something known as the Godshield snapped back into place after being penetrated by the First Seeker. And now First Seeker Luwazi has had to work to bring the Starfinder Society back up to snuff and has made it her personal mission to discover what happened to the missing Starfinder. You four have been her hand in this quest. Her hand? Yeah,
Her right hand.
her right
yeah,
hand.
right hand.
Known as the Second Seekers, you have led the charge in collecting, uncovering, investigating what exactly the Scoured Stars and the Godshield is. From research on a mysterious library planet to making contact with an agrarian species who had originally millennia ago escaped the Scoured Stars and uncovering their history and recovering a relic known as the Tear that should allow you to pierce the Godshield. There was other stuff that happened, but that's like the big overarching picture. I mean, personal rivalries, friendships turned attempted murders,
Yeah.
I have no idea what you're talking
a
about.
work marriage.
What? That's so crazy.
But now we're here. Open Absalom Station, the docks of the Starfinder Society. It is a hubbub of activity as the fleet, the Starfinder fleet, is gathering, ready to mount a historic rescue operation. As we open, okay, I'm gonna switch the music up again. As we see this, we're gonna kind of montage a little bit into like opening credits.
Hmm.
And so I will ask Graylance, Where are you? What are you doing? Give us a little glimpse of Greylance as you are preparing to board one of the massive carrier ships in the fleet and travel days, if not maybe weeks, to the Vast to begin this mission. So,
And also tell us what you look like.
Yeah.
Immediately.
yes.
Okay. I think Greylance takes this kind of thing very seriously. Being given a mission, being given a purpose is something that he revels in. So he has taken to really getting harder into his training than before. Because it's not just him, it's not just Puka. It's this whole team this time going into the unknown effectively. So he has this warrior's prayer that he mumbles to himself as he works out. And maybe he's meditating actually. Maybe he's just finished working out. Now he's meditating. But there's he's got this like small room that he's just chilling in.
And what does he look like?
Now he looks so. What you see as the camera pans into the small room is a large humanoid. He's a kind of a Minotaur-esque figure, like a humanoid bull. They're called Noir. He is broad-shouldered. You can see that like in his youth, he definitely would have had like more muscle, but he makes up for it now with just like kind of grit. He's got grey hair all over his body, of course, and a long black ponytail. His armor is this jet black plate with rivulets of red running along it, as it was stolen from a demon. So that was cool.
Mm-hmm.
And he's
a devil. Actually,
a devil. My apologies. It's like stolen from a devil. And he's got his sword on his lap as well, and his sword is this long broadsword with like a line of glowing green energy and a big circle of it in the middle. And as he's saying this prayer and meditating, the sword is giving off this kind of magical steam as his vanguard abilities are being tuned and worked through it.
Okay. We pan over, like sides, very Star Warsian side swipe, and we see Puka. Who do we see, Puka, and what are you up to as you're preparing for this epic journey?
I think Puka would be like in a sort of training room. It's like this large auditorium-sized kind of room, like slab gray paint painted on all the four walls, and these like glowing red lines denoting targets, boundaries, spaces, squares along the floor, up the walls, up the ceiling, and Puka's in the middle of it. Puka is a 3-foot-tall Ewok-looking person. However, she has 6 arms, and one of those 6, specifically the left middle arm, is a cherry red prosthetic arm. She has like tawny fur all over her body. She has 2 big puffs of fur on top of her head. Like there's her hair pulled up into 2 big buns. She's moderately geared up, and there's this glowing ball of orange light over her shoulder as well. And as she's in the middle with all her arms spread out, she's like, "Computer, playlist 2." And beep boop, beep boop, beep boop happens. And this like very K-pop-esque song starts blaring on. And you hear these high-pitched, like little cute voices all singing chorus. And then from the walls, lasers start shooting out. And Puka is doing like this gymnastic evasion warm-up. She is cartwheeling, she is tumbling, she is running up along the wall, running and dodging all these lasers to blasting space K-pop. Giggling and laughing, but at the same time, there's this look of like, I'm fucking badass. This is so much fun face in her face on her.
Okay. we see Puka like jump up onto one of the walls, and then the wall like seems to sort of move and push her off frame as we sideswipe to Krizith. Where are you? What are you doing? And what do you look like?
So I think Krizith, in her warrior's duty fashion, is helping to put cargo on any ships that need the cargo. She's helping get the fleet ready and proper, and helping get all the provisions on board, all kinds of weapons, all that kind of stuff. So it's this 10-foot tall black dragon lady with a gold chest plate with a symbol of a rising sun on it, with a short red cape and on the back, and she has purple eyes. She has these wings on her back, which are like black, but the webbing is like purple, and like the underside of her belly is also like purple, and the underside of her tail is too. And she has an implant in her spine, which gives off like red glowing dots. Yeah, she's just like whistling some kind of tune and loading the heaviest cargo that there is onto the ship, using her big arms. She's just, I think she's also like making conversation with the crew, which are much, much smaller than her. They're saying like, we're glad to have a dragon cannon on board with us, and she's like, oh, it's truly nothing. I've trained for years and years, and so I think we are all gonna make it, and are all gonna do very, very fine. And she just keeps helping, and I think that's all she's doing.
That's really important too, because I think a lot of people here on the docks are sort of like, hey, that's one of the second seekers. Oh my god, she's just helping us? That's weird. Doesn't she have better things to do? Nah, it's cool. She's cool.
That's so cute.
As we pan away from the activity and hubbub of the dock, we sideswipe over to Alistair.
Yeah, so Alistair is probably, he's near the dock, we're not quite on it. He's kind of up on a raised platform, kind of like this balcony with loads of screens and keyboards, and there's wires sort of coming down the balcony towards all of the carriers. Alistair is busy trying to, for a lack of a better word, improve the fleet's electronic countermeasures, as that's how he thinks he could be most helpful, mostly because, well, while he can do engineering, there are a lot of engineers, and a lot of them probably won't let him go near the carriers, in case he tries to do something to the engines. So yeah, he's sort of like typing away, going through all like the firewalls of each of the carriers, making sure they've got little honey traps to deploy things. And he's looking quite focused, probably more focused than he's ever been on a Starfinder mission. Normally he's kind of like half there, half not there. He's still wearing the tweed over vest jacket that he got from the spa day, along with his normal brown, normal sort of like blacky brown utility trousers. His mag boots have now pretty much become his standard footwear at this point. And sort of his hair is this kind of, rather, he usually wears his brown hair forward, it's now brushed back to look a little bit more windswept. He's a lot more comfortable. in kind of like being here and doing jobs. It just sort of focuses away. Like, you can see Krizu down from where he's standing, and kind of just sort of occasionally tries to wave without trying to be intrusive. But obviously when you're carrying stuff, you can't wave back, so he's trying not to get in the way, kind of thing.
Okay.
Oh.
Yes,
Yeah.
but the day, it's probably tomorrow that the day comes, and the four of you find yourselves aboard one of the massive carrier ships of the Starfinder fleet. It is a particularly small fleet. Just double checking, we've got a mega carrier and then like 5 smaller crafts, like starships, with sort of more, shall we say, like bigger ships, not like your medium-sized ships, but not enough to carry other starships is the thing. And you know for a fact that aboard this mega carrier will be a ship for you once we arrive to the Scoured Stars. You've been given the option before, and you will be given the option again. Would we prefer the more heavily armed Drake class or the Science Pegasus vessel?
And that's like the exploration one, right?
So the
Yeah.
Pegasus has enhanced scanners with a better computer, but the Drake has heavier firepower and is a little bit tougher, I think.
Well, we're looking for people in this mission, so maybe the
Scanners make more sense.
maybe the scanners would work better.
They do, however, we can't.
It's also
We
going to be
can't-
really dangerous there.
I think so.
But that's what the super carrier is for.
Isn't the supercarrier also have supercomputers?
Yeah, could we
Does
see
it?
what does the fleet look like? What kind of spread of ship types are we talking here?
It's Drakes and Pegasi.
Like a 50-50 split?
Yeah, that makes it much easier.
Okay, all right. So then we are. Hang on. Well, it looks like either way we're in good company. So whoever we're most comfortable with.
Well, the reason why I would recommend or go for Drake, not because it has amazing, wonderful pew pew, but it's also because Alistair can, even someone like Alistair, especially someone like Alistair, can do a lot with a little. If Alistair wasn't here with us, then for sure I think we would need to make up for our lack of whatever Alistair does with the bigger computers. But Alistair can make like even those like ancient earthen artifact watch. I heard people have like calculators on their watches with analog buttons. I bet even Alistair could make like one of those like a threat.
Yeah, you make a fair point.
Shucks.
So that's
And-
why I say that Alistair is the mega computer.
I just wish I could use a computer and fly at the same time.
Well, yeah, looks like we're good. All right, you got me sold. I said we take the other
Drake.
one, the Drake.
Drake.
Yeah, the Drake.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got me sold. The Drake
It
sounds
also
better.
comes in red. So
Yeah, let's make sure we'll get a red one.
Red goes fastest. Red always is the faster color.
Technically, the Pegasus is red and the Drake is more like white.
no.
More white.
Here, I'm putting them.
It's
On
like a
screen.
silver, right?
Okay, we can requisition it. We can ask for a red Pegasus, right? A red Drake, right? We got time.
I mean, if it's a long trip, we could just repaint the Drake.
Yeah, could someone just paint the Drake before we leave? I stopped one of the guys doing all the work. Excuse me, could you paint the ship for us real quick?
Above my pay grade, pal, and just keeps moving.
Now we'll just go so fast that all they're going to see is like the red engines behind us in their wake. So we're
There
red.
you go.
All right. Well, it's a bit of red in there, I guess.
If you want to bring some paint along and paint the Drake, then I don't think anyone would stop you, but no one's going to help you paint the Drake. Well, you could always ask. There's no harm.
Exactly. I've been helping loading this shit.
Yeah,
Hope
yeah,
I
what
have
the
made
hell?
some fucking. I
This
hope
is
I've
like
made
been
some social
Big hero
butterflies.
moves from Griffin.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Puka runs around and goes get whatever the equivalent of cans and paint and spray cans are.
So it's all different
And
shades
she's-
of red.
Love it.
No, she's going to paint messages on the loadout.
Aww. Okay.
Okay.
A little like arts and crafts while we're traveling.
All right.
You know when you see the back of cars, it's like a picture of like a family, Stickman family.
No, it's more like you paint like eat this on like one of the missiles,
Oh, you want to just paint a bunch of like mean things on this? Okay,
Ah.
sure. Yeah, that sounds
or like
I love
teeth,
that.
or like
Let's all
or
get on the
angry
same.
eyes.
one per missile.
I need each of you to roll a d6, please.
Oh no.
Forgot about dice. In my cute little dice bag that I
What
got.
a pretty bag!
Oh, cute. I'm gonna roll on roll 20. I'm lazy.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I got a 5.
I got a 1.
Okay. I got a 4.
Jigsaw?
What did I get?
6. Oh, that's
6.
6.
Oh, wait. No, sorry.
Okay, so I had 4 plus 5 is 9, plus 1 is 10, plus 6 and plus 6 plus 12 is
So 22.
Mm.
It takes us 22 days to travel to the Scoured Stars.
Wow.
Oh, I hate you so much.
I got a lot of paint.
You really turned those good ass rolls around on us. I see.
5, yes!
I-
5 more days of travel.
I learned my lesson from the first time of piloting the Pegasus. We have to roll a d6 in a ship. You want lower numbers, not higher numbers.
Well, that's okay. Plenty of time for us to paint
So about
neat things on missiles.
oh my god, almost 4 weeks
Aboard a super carrier.
aboard a supercarrier, which it could be worse. There's plenty of space to stretch your legs. As the second seekers, you are given shared rooms. So 2 rooms with 2 bunks. I say bunks, not beds. Some of the other the other Starfinders on the lower decks are just basically sleeping in a hallway. So
Yikes.
that could be worse. How do you spend? Well, first off, before I ask that question, I'd like you all to join me in the conference room next to the bridge, where First Seeker Luwazi El Sabo invites you up about a day after, on the second day of travel in the drift.
Got it. Okay. We go.
Yeah, sounds good.
We will not hesitate.
In the conference room, we see Luwazi El Sabo. I have a picture of her.
And a vampire. No. Kidding. My
A
bad. My bad.
vampire.
Wrong
A
game.
Rootin' Toon vampire!
A vampire on this ship? I mean, it's actually not unlikely. There could be a vampire in the.
Wow.
But
Say
anyway,
Starfinder, so many races and stuff.
yes.
Tell me that next time. I'll play a vampire.
Chief, First Seeker Luwazi El Sabo is a dark-skinned black woman with big curly black hair and her iconic red bandana, keeping her hair out of rise, and her iconic red First Seeker armor, Starfinder armor, with the First Seeker emblem on the breastplate. She sits with you casually. Coffee has already been poured because she knows how you all are. And
So
there's-
there's one decaf cup and then 3 normal cups. Got it.
Starfinders, my seekers, he says. It's here. I hope you made it aboard safely, comfortably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No problems. Cheers.
Good.
Are you alright? You
Good.
seem flustered.
I'm anxious. This culminates everything I've been working towards as a seeker, a position I didn't ask for.
Well, we put it off. You'll be a hero.
He nods. That's what they say. Not that I don't let's just focus on the task at hand.
All right.
And,
Can I roll a sense motive?
Yes, you can.
and you know what? Either way, this is a heroic effort. And hero or not, you've been an amazing leader. Look at all these people ready, clear on what they have to do, bravely following you. That's not luck. That's not, oh, I'm not so good at this. You're really good at that.
Thank you, Puka. You do always know what to say.
Which is good because I got a 5.
Yeah, you think she's being humble, modest, professional. You think she's being professional.
All right. Okay.
Of course.
But I must say, Puka, were it not for you four, I would not nearly look half as good as I do today. For what impossible tasks I may have pulled off bureaucratically, you have achieved in the field feats that the rest of the society can only dream of. Congratulations. Without your work, we would never be here today. That being said, when we arrive at the Scoured Stars, you will not be given special treatment. There are a series of tasks that need to be done, especially before we pierce the Godshield. I expect you to be on your best behavior, working with the rest of the fleet in preparing our ships for the upcoming adventure.
Aye,
Good.
Awesome. Very nice salutes.
She pulls up a map of the Scoured Stars system, which we were able to map before the Godshield closed previously. Can you see it? Yes, you are on the page on Roll20.
Yes.
So there are 3 systems in the Scoured Stars: Callion, Agile, and Baschiar. Depending on what resources we have available, I may need you to move around. My hope is that you will be the ones assigned to rescue the first seeker, the previous first seeker Jadnura, but we don't know where he is, so it's very likely you may miss it. At the same time, we need you to investigate and find any information. But we will be moving quickly. Who knows how long the Godshield will stay pierced, and we can't afford to lose any more Starfinders again to the Scoured Stars.
I think it's in our best interest to all, with expediency above all else. None of us want to be trapped within the drift. So you can be assured we'll be doing our very best to make sure it goes as smooth as possible, as fast as possible.
I appreciate that. We are still working out who should go where, so I'm afraid I don't have your assignments as of yet, but we have several weeks where you need that, and honestly, I trust you four to take on whatever comes your way as best you can. Wonderful. Then I see you've already been modifying the Pegasus the trick assigned to you?
Well, we did ask for some aid in getting it painted up. Puka's taken it upon herself to
Personalize.
personalize some of the
loadout.
right.
Can you, either one of you, want to make a diplomacy check? One aiding the other?
I can take some aid.
Yeah, I'll aid you.
Okay.
What's your? She's not gonna ask you. You said it, so we'll do it. I'm really like crap today. I gotta say.
No aid.
Oof. Bad. Papuka, 17.
Well, I will not make any orders for help, but
Damn it.
if you ask around, it could be a good team building exercise, something great for morale, a flagship, if you will.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that'll be a fun adventure.
Yeah. And another like little idea I had for like personalizing the loadout is, I look over at Alistair in particular, is also that, you know, sometimes we get an opportunity to be able to release things. Wouldn't it be cool if, like, along with shooting whatever threat might come our way, we also shoot out our anxieties, we shoot out our fears, we shoot out like the bad flavor of the breakfast the day before.
What?
We shoot out long queues when ordering tickets to the latest concert. We shoot
Okay,
out.
all right. Who gave it? This isn't decaf.
Are you suggesting therapy missiles? Because that's what it sounds like.
I'm a genius.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I will shoot out humility too. Then.
It's certainly an idea. And if you would like to take it up with the gunnery, then perhaps it might work out. I have nothing against it. We have several weeks before we arrive, and I'd rather that our fleet arrives, well, not anxious. If this will help, then by all means.
You're welcome too, Second Seeker. If there's something you want to release in the most literal
so
sense.
Weird, Puka.
It's so cool.
No, I don't. I just, you're saying release like that. It sounds weird.
Release.
Yeah, don't say it like that.
Moist.
Puka. Okay.
Oh,
we should go and look at the armory. I think.
I get
Second
pushed
Seeker.
out.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Next time, decaf for them.
I already have recreation time scheduled on one of the holodecks.
Now it sounds worse. What kind of holidays are these?
Whoa.
I think if you went by one of the holodecks and like peeked inside, I've been imagining how great a holodeck would be for role-playing games. I mean, they're literally just role-playing games, essentially.
Yeah.
So you take a peek inside. There is a big table with several Starfinders set up around it, and the table has like a command system in it at each chair. And the table's in the corner, but the rest of the holodeck like is showing this like cave system, and the Starfinders are watching these 4 like fantasy adventurers move through the caves.
Pathfinder?
Oh, wow.
And then
Love
like
that.
somebody presses a button, and this big virtual die, like rolls,
Lovely.
and it's like natural 20, and then the barbarian in the cave. God,
Why
that
are
would be
they
so
having
cool.
fun doing math?
Well, we're not called the Math Finders for no reason.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Is there a link to the airlock from here?
Yes. So Luazi, after the first meeting, like lets you go. There are times where you see her around ship as she's like looking at papers, signing, having meetings with the other Starfinder Society leaders. But for the most part, you are allowed to do what you need to, what you see fit in order to prepare for this, even if that involves therapy torpedoes.
It just makes me think of Jinx from League of Legends, who paints little shark heads on her rockets.
Oh man, that's actually pretty
It's
apt.
very, very so cute. I love it.
You paint your like biggest fear, anxiety on you write it on the side of a torpedo. Although I should say it might be better to use like a laser gun, because the torpedoes like are.
We could just write feelings on the gun in big letters.
Yeah.
And then literally shoot our feelings. You can yell out which feelings you're shooting at as you're shooting if you want. As long as the situation isn't quite so dire.
You're selling it better than I am, Gray.
I'm just trying to stop you from drawing on everything in the ship, because that's really my main concern.
I'm not gonna draw on everything on the ship.
Of course you're not. Do you want these paints?
I brought them for the loadout.
This is the loadout. It's a laser.
I point like at like the Gatling gun, the with all the rounds. I put the torpedo.
You want to paint on each round?
Got a lot of feelings.
There you go.
Okay, you know what?
We got a lot of crew.
Here, I got this for you in that case, and I hand her like a little pack of Sharpies.
What do you paint on it?
Oh, I don't have any feelings.
Are you sure?
Yeah. In fact, I've got so few feelings, I should probably go and check everything's ship shape.
Interesting.
I'll start one for you, and I write on it on a round denial.
And he walks away and goes, "Don't write denial on any of those bullets. I know what you're like."
I've taken the liberty of taking a white Sharpie and modifying the visors that we're looking through to look at our targets, and I've painted a little heart on it.
Aww.
So that we're pointing the heart at the people. That's it. And I've made another one. I made a little cat, like a little circle with little ears on it.
Just imagining Christoph with a gigantic like claw.
This gigantic
claws
doing
there.
a killing
Like-
there.
Yeah. And then every time she's done with one, she goes. She's like giggling to herself. But I think I've also gone ahead and gone to some of the crew members or some of the people that are fighting with us and some people like that, and been like, especially the people that I saw when I was loading the ship and all that stuff, and gone like, hey, do you guys want to help us paint a ship?
Make a diplomacy check, Christoph.
Okay, hold on, I have to flip. What is that again? My diplomacy? Oh, it's not that great, is it?
Depending
What?
on
I thought it was good.
She's asking.
It's +6.
It's just,
It's
you know,
fine.
You guys want to draw a ship, and everyone has to look up, and they say no.
My intimidate is better. But I don't want to intimidate them.
Yeah, no,
No.
I didn't think so.
Paint this ship or else. It's a 12.
Yeah, they're like, you know, there's a few who are like, you're kidding me, right? And then some others are, I'm so busy with other stuff. Painting
Oh.
sounds like it would be so nice though.
L. Yikes. These people are ungrateful pieces of shit.
No.
I imagine
Burn
that
so fast.
we're the party, as the party is the adventures of the heroes, we have like the super crazy abilities, and these are like the NPCs that like go out like
to be able to paint things is an ability. That's fine.
but
Get
that's
to work
saying,
NPCs.
but that's I imagine that but that's saying that I imagine that they have much more reason to be anxious about the
Yes.
I guess.
situation.
I
So-
mean, there are, of course, other. So you know, there are about 3 other ships that are on the carrier with yours, whereas the rest are sort of traveling alongside the fleet outside. The carrier is holding 2 Drakes and 2 Pegasi for other Starfinder teams. No, I'm sorry. Let's say 5 ships altogether, because there are 5 like missions. So they've put together 5 different Starfinder teams. So you can see, like, I'm not gonna say like replicas or mirror versions of your group.
It's just like other bands of interesting characters that probably have their own backstories that we don't know anything about, but you know.
Exactly. You might see the group that did particularly good job of defending Songbird Station during the
Star Sugar Heart Love.
Yeah.
Star Sugar Heart Love, the
Yeah.
Strawberry Machine Cake concert.
Oh.
There we go.
And you might also see.
Aw.
The newest group of Starfinder graduates that a lot of people have been talking about. They've made quite a little bit of an impression on the rest of the society in their first few missions. And Hedgehog, if you don't mind, I will take the liberty.
That's fine.
During, let's say, so you're painting outside, and someone comes up and says, Well. Hedgehog, can you please describe Alistair's sister, Lucian?
Lucian is a elven sorcerer with like pink, long, flowing hair and these kind of like tiny sort of like spectacles. They're actually goggles Alistair made for her when he's like 18 years old. She is still, they have very similar fashion senses in the sense they both wear thin plate armor. They don't wear full plate. And yeah, she is very, I don't want to say basic bitch, but she is. That's her in a nutshell. She's not carrying a frappuccino in her hand. Something's not quite right.
Which she is. She's carrying like a thermoplastic cup that has like her own metal straw in it. And if you see her looking at it, she's like, I finally got the synthesizer to replicate a frap.
And then you wonder where I get my coffee addiction from.
Well, Al, are you going to introduce me to your friends?
Of course. This is Lucienne. This is my younger sister, the caster, the diviner.
Yes, I'm cursed and blessed with the sight.
I immediately drop my paintbrush and then I go over to like shake her hand, and then I look at my hand and there's red paint all over it, and then I'm like,
Ew! Oh my god!
I didn't even give her a hand, but okay.
Oh.
I
recoils.
pulled it back before. Yeah, I pulled it back before I had the chance to give her a hand. I was like, that's not a good idea. And so I just make a salute, and then I bow a little bit, and I go, Chris's Penfire.
You're certainly large and in charge.
I would not say in charge. We are all in charge of this Star Finder crew. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about you, about all of your group. Puka and Greylance, right?
Hi, that's right.
Nice
Pleasure.
to meet you. I see the family resemblance.
Yeah.
Yes,
You've
well,
definitely got the nose.
it might be there. She looks at Alistair.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, yeah, and my sister joined the Starfinders, to help enhance her ability, and she's been doing really, really well.
At first it was so boring, but the last mission, we caught a thief on Akaton, and I don't know, this mission seems super exciting. A mysterious star system, odd magics, danger. Yeah, could be cool. Plus there are some really hunky people on this ship.
That's definitely my sister.
You must be very proud of your brother. He's done great things.
Well, he just certainly has really cool people with him. That's surprising.
That I'll
also
agree
done
with.
Great things. Your brother here was instrumental in some of the really coolness, as you put it. He's a creator of your family, I'd say. As will you be when you reach this level of the Starfinder, I imagine.
I think Alistair recoils slightly from the conversation.
She nods. Well, yes, I suppose he has done some great things. She smiles at you, Alice.
Aye, both from good stock. Well done.
But anyway, haven't you got stuff to do, prepare for? I mean, if you've got your own mission.
Oh, right. And
I mean, you could always stay and help paint the ship.
I mean,
you are a better painter than me.
We have heard that you are an excellent painter, actually, and there is a lot of ship.
well, flattery will get you everywhere. She picks up like the thinnest paintbrush and just
Boy.
I love this energy. Love it. And I'm like next to her,
yes.
like with the biggest paintbrush, like doing the work.
Well, yes, my sister is known for her very random, almost impulsive acts. I am not going to lie. I secretly hope we don't be anywhere near her, because when she went to Agaton, she decided the best way to get information from a bank was to rob it.
Interesting.
What's wrong with impulsive and chaotic?
Exactly.
It's the crime part usually that becomes an issue.
Yeah. She spent 2 weeks after that trying to convince all of us in the family to go and invest in some sort of resort park.
That's pretty cool.
Just so she could name it after herself. If I've got the brains, she's got the ego.
The ego. I would say guile. But, yeah. At some point during the painting, she is replaced by a drone, that kind of has a passing resemblance to her. And
oh yes. Yes, I saw that episode.
A android with the head of like a robotic dog comes over wearing like a lab coat and is like, "Lucy bot, come back over here." And you can see they pull the bot back to Lucy's party.
Could the bot have been slightly painted on?
Yes, the bot got some paint. Bot was doing a much better job painting than she was, actually.
But the bot itself got like heavy permanent makeup on.
Yes.
Yes.
Like oversaturated pink blush, like oversaturated like blue eyeshadow, like to here.
Love that.
TNG season 1 makeup.
Oh god. Oh no.
Yes.
Ouch.
She must be hating it here.
She's enjoying it.
She can't use Daddy's credit card. She's got it back, that is.
She doesn't. The weeks pass on. Is there anything else that you would be doing on board in preparation?
One thing that Gray does want to do is he's been writing up a long series of letters and sending them off to his friend Pablo. Just kind of a just in case situation. Just it's about about the team, about his life, about his time with Pablo as well, about his feelings and such. And he's just kind of journaling for himself, but he wants it to be remembered, and he trusts his friend, so he's sending off there. Maybe he likes to think that maybe if he doesn't make it or whatever, maybe there'll be a cool book or something sometime that the others can read.
It's going by drift beacon. So it'll take 2d6 days to get to Pablo, but it'll get there before you arrive in the vast.
Yeah. Do you want to roll that, or we
No.
Cool.
Just
Okay.
letting
Yeah.
you know.
So yeah. He's been Paul Pablo's been getting just a stream of emails of just over time of these things that he wants him to note down and keep. Maybe he might write better. Pablo was a more silver tongue, so he wants to make this sound more eloquent than
we see a very handsome middle-aged capybara person, Isoki capybara, or a water capybara, like water Isoki. That sounds anyway. Sorry. In the spa on Kalamohoi, looking through his data pad and smiling as he's receiving these missives from his friend Gray. And looking up thoughtfully.
Yeah, I think Gray's he's happy being able to get this stuff out to an old friend. And I think when he's not doing that, he's just going back to messing with did I give him a guitar? No, I think it's just into dad rock. I think he's just messing with he's got an audio setup. like a typical dad. He's got an older audio set he likes to tinker with. And that's what he likes to do to unwind.
Are there any sort of so does Absalom, does it have a guard?
What the Pact Worlds has is a police force called the Stewards. And so they have bases on every planet in the Pact World system and act as the system security, the law force.
And have any of them come with us?
No, this is a Starfinder. This is a Starfinder Society mission. The Society is. It's its own organization for good or for worse. It probably receives funding from the Pact Worlds Council on a lot of things and works with the council, but it is independent of.
Got it.
It's essentially a mercenary branch almost.
Yeah.
So, are any Starfinders like training, like on a holodeck, or like training together? Because if they are, then Chrysalis will try to join in. I know some people are kind of
You might spend some time sparring with a Verthani man. He's quite tall, but a little lanky, with a very pimped out chrome arm, cyber arm.
Ooh.
He's in Lucy's crew,
Nice.
actually.
Cool.
Nikon. How did I forget my own character's name?
Nikon.
Nikon. So he's wearing heavy armor, but he's definitely down to spar. If he sees your implant, he'll definitely start asking questions about it. Gets really excited when talking about cybernetic augmentation.
Love it. She'll explain everything about it, why she has it, when, how, all that kind of stuff. And I think she'll spar with him for a good couple hours, like
probably
a good
over the
hour,
course
for
of several days.
Yeah, but for that day, she'll probably be like an hour or so sparring, and making sure that her combat techniques are up to par with other Starfinders, learning from him as well. Like, oh, you use a technique like this? That's interesting, you know. Yeah, I think that's what she's doing.
Any final moments before we leave?
I think Alistair's going to, once he's done painting whatever part of the ship that he can paint without making it look bad, isn't it like slip out and go find a holodeck as well. He is going to, for the first time possibly ever, or definitely in a long time, deliberately try and focus on training himself outside of just mental pursuits. More specifically, he is going to essentially holodeck up a gun range and try and practice shooting, which in true Alistair fashion to start with, he fires like a stormtrooper. He really does. Like, the target's right in front of him, but somehow the bullets are like going diagonally. You know, he's pointing the gun forward. Like, I think he's the only person on the holodeck who's ever done that simulation to somehow miss every target but still use every single bullet in the gun. But he starts to improve. I mean, as we've ascertained before, combat is definitely not his calling. He didn't come into the Starfinders. Yeah, unlike most people, he didn't come into Starfinder Society as a combat-orientated person. But he knows that, you know, all the other adventures, you know, okay, he's had his teams at his back, but this one's the most dangerous they've ever done. And there may become a point where he has to step up and, even for a moment, potentially look out himself. And he has to be ready for that somehow.
Anyone else? Last chance.
I was going to say for Puka, throughout the trip, she would have been mostly doing painting, but well, you know, she would have used like her anti-gravity skills to like go up, and she can't do like full coverage painting, but there would be like some cool stripes and things, detailing going on. And definitely a lot of torpedoes and stuff do have angry shark faces. They do have like little angry eyes, and some of them she has sharpied things like regret, missing family, failure, poor expectations. And then after like a couple of hours doing that she mostly goes around the ship, and she does like almost social check-ins. She sees people like going around, and they're like almost, I imagine people like doing robotically their work, and she'll try to chat them up, sort of kind of humanize the situation. And Puka knows that she can be a bit winded. Puka knows that she goes on tangents, and can sometimes her enthusiasm is not on the same scale as everyone else. But thanks to being with her current friends and her current party, she does her best to tamper that in. And she tries to actively use this sort of gift of gab to sort of distract or ask people, like, what has motivated you? What are you're here, and that's difficult, but tell me about what's waiting for you when you get back. Tell me about like what food your family member is going to make you with what you're missing right now. Tell me about who's going to be super proud of who's going to be at the parade when we come back, waving for you. And just kind of like tries to get them into like this more positive headspace, because she does recognize that this can be nerving, this can be really dangerous what they're doing.
Yeah, and this is unlike anything we've dealt with before. Careful. About to say. Venture Captain Arvin, a Lashunta male with like a green mohawk. About to say human. This is Lashunta. So Venture Captain, you've dealt a lot with Venture Captain Nyaj, the bleachling gnome woman. So it's like a rank under. It's a commander rank. I mean, honestly, be like closer to admiral. I mean, they are captains. We'll call it a captain rank. Venture Captain Arvin notes you doing this, and like at some point comes over and thanks you for the work you're doing. Can you roll diplomacy, please?
Yeah, I can do that.
Or if you want to roll bluff or sense motive, whichever one's
No,
best.
I think diplomacy is what she's going for. 24.
24. Okay, you beat a hard check, which means once during the next 2 sessions, or even today during the finale, you can
win at Starfinder.
No. You can get the benefit, 2 of the benefits of an aid token. So you get, let's say, 2 aid tokens that you can use at once. Aid tokens can be used for various things during the mission. And I'll post that in our chat what you can use them for.
And for anything, not necessarily diplomacy specific skill checks.
Yeah, you literally get to choose 2 benefits of the aid token, whatever that means.
Nice.
I need to double check what that means, but some bonus you get bonus aid while on the mission.
That's pretty cool. And Puka will respond to Alvin, and it's like, you know, when I first started, some people found the energy and found the speed and everything like a bit hard, and like, you know what, looking on past Puka, current Puka would say like that's a bit exhausting sometimes. Fair, but what if everything that has an energy can be funneled and can be focused, and let's use it for good.
He agrees. I'm gonna go backwards a little bit. So Puka was doing diplomacy, morale boost, essentially.
Yeah.
Aid times 2.
Yes.
Alistair, you were training. You were doing like shooting stuff. Let's call that, I don't know, threat analysis.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll engineering for me, please.
Okay.
Or life science or mysticism.
Ooh. Engineering pips it by 2. So here we go. Oh, 20. So 20 plus 36.
That's a hard check.
Good old plus 16.
During this adventure, when the group is fighting something that you've identified using a skill check, you can gain a +4 bonus to your initiative.
Okay.
After, like, anytime you're fighting
Yeah.
a creature that you've identified,
Okay.
because you've learned how to analyze the threats. Not just you, but the whole group.
Okay.
We'll get +4 bonus to initiative when fighting a creature we've already identified. I don't know how that.
Awesome.
I don't know how well that'll, but that's something. We go to Krizuth, who was. Sorry, Krizuth. You were sparring as well.
Yes.
Let's call that an
Surely was.
equipment check, shall we?
Oh, what?
So, engineering, medicine, perception, or survival.
I'm sorry, say that again?
Engineering, medicine, perception, or survival.
We will do perception.
Okay.
Ooh, bad. What's that? 14?
14?
14.
That's not. Yeah.
No.
I love when I say a number and you go like this.
Well, you've had a good time sparring and worked up a good sweat.
Okay. And I've made a new friend.
And you made a new friend,
Yes.
Nikon.
Yeah.
NYCON.
NYCON.
And
Nikon.
Graylance, you were writing letters.
Yep.
I don't have one for that.
Thing is, I was actually going to say, if I had to nip off real quick, that if we are seeing characters who we have perhaps heard of their work within Starfinder previously, the grounds, like, whilst tinkering with his audio stuff, would have gone looking for maybe like a new wire for his headset, or a new needle for his laser record player, whatever. And he would have stumbled across a room with maybe a few people listening to Strawberry Machine Cake music.
Yep, Zigavix, the Sheeran venture captain. Not even venture captain. They are the leader of the more martial-like Starfinder Society faction. Would be heading up that room. Let's go ahead and call that a diagnostics check. So,
Okay.
computers, engineering, perception, or profession electrician.
Okay, so computers, engineering, perception, or what?
Profession electrician.
Nope, I'll go perception.
What? You're not a trained electrician?
Surprise, surprise! The guy who stabs things for a living. No.
I'm gonna have that
is
trade to
a-
fall back on.
That is a 19.
19 is an easy check. So, during... Interesting. Okay. During starship combat, you can get a +4 bonus to any one computer's check.
Okay.
Alternatively, you can use the information you've learned on the ground, allowing yourself to be trained to act as if you were trained in computers. I don't know if you're already trained in computers.
He is, but he's not like. Smart
All
about
right,
it.
so you'll be able
is
to
it-
divert CPU from the carrier to your starship, and give yourself a +4 computer bonus on computers check once
Cool.
during starship combat.
All right. So we're going to have a small chat about audio levels and the preferences of bass, and
Mhm.
maybe gets a little bit of appreciation for Strawberry Machine Cake. Maybe borrows a flash drive to play to Book at some point and see what they think, and he makes his way off.
Okay. So, at that point, the ship drops out of the drift, and ahead of us is a shimmering golden field of energy containing the trinary star system, Scoured Stars. The Starfinder Society fleet has arrived to the region of space known as the Scoured Stars.
Ta-da!
Mm.
You all are on the bridge. You have been given you're able to stand in the back of the bridge to sort of watch this moment, as Luwazi has asked you to be there, actually like with her. So on the bridge, there's a really nice spot in front of the observation window where a literal camera has been set up, so that Luwazi is standing there with the golden obelisk of the tier, like floating on a hovering platform behind her. The tier has been augmented so that the devolution radiation isn't affecting people anymore, as our Krizith and Greylance have personal experience with devolving.
Yep. Oh, that's right. We're still slightly affected too. That's
Yeah,
I
you are
forgot
still-
about that too.
right.
Yeah.
Have the effects of aggression.
Yeah, the fact that her snout is now a little bit more curved at the end.
And Grance's horns are a little bit more grotesque. Oh.
So you're standing with her as well, just slightly off camera, ready to. You know that the camera's going to pan to you at some point. As,
Power pose.
Yeah, power pose. Exactly. When the time comes, one of the bridge officers says to the first seeker, all the fleet is in position, and we're ready to begin. She nods, and she nods again to who's ever operating the camera, and a little light comes on. Starfinders, she says. We stand at the precipice of momentous history, and I want to thank you all for making it possible for us to be here today. We've spent the last year recovering from the Scoured Stars incident, our greatest defeat in recent history. We are finally ready to return to the Scoured Stars, find out what happened to our missing colleagues, and rescue any survivors we can find. I ask you all to report to your stations and lend your assistance to our fleet. Then the camera widens a little bit, and she turns and to the golden obelisk. Through the observatory window, we can see the Godshield, the shimmering golden force field around the system. As she sort of looks at the relic, very forcefully focused on it, like she's deep in thought, she lifts her eyes and turns back to the camera. As some of you may know, this is the Tia, an ancient artifact some of our most skilled agents, and she nods to all of you, which the camera pans out again, and you know that you're on screen now at this point. Recovered during a recent mission. The Tier is our key back to the Scoured Stars, our key in liberating those who were lost. We are ready. So let's not waste any more time, shall we? Smiles. She turns to the artifact and speaks a few words in an alien language. Puka definitely would notice, but the rest of you might also realize that she's speaking the Izalgoon language. The language of the people who we made contact with and recovered this artifact from one of their ancient vaults.
Puka smiles because if she's speaking the Izalgoon language, then hopefully she would have gotten contact and furthered not just relations diplomatically, but also personal building trust. Is I hope you reached out to our friends. I'm glad. Me hearing you speak this means that they lent a hand too. That makes me happy.
She then traces her finger. And the artifact begins humming softly as she speaks these words.
Oh.
She then traces her finger along its surface, and a set of glowing runes appear, hovering around it. You can see through the observatory window the massive field surrounding the Scoured Stars starts twisting upon itself, and you can see massive gashes appearing as it begins to tear itself apart. And then as the final shreds of the shimmering field evaporates, Alcibo raises a finger and like points a handgun in the camera and says, "Now, Starfinders, good luck! Fleet, activate your drift engines. Go!"
Naruto run out of there.
One by one,
That's
the
so
ships
cool.
of the fleet pierce the veil between the material plane and others, splashing through space like it was water, and then vanish into the swirling depths of the drift. The tier is making drift travel act weird here in the Scoured Stars, so it is takes about an hour to move between the multiple planets of the system. An hour? A very short time. The ships begin. The fleet spreads across the 3 solar systems and begins scanning the planets, asteroids, and other objects orbiting these stars. We see a montage of Starfinders. Of Starfinders on consoles, picking up communication signals, energy signatures, and even signs of life. And after a quick analysis, the Society begins identifying key locations where information on the lost Starfinders is most likely to be found. After nearly a year of waiting, the search for survivors can begin. You are called to a room, a ready room off of the side of the bridge, where you meet with Radazam. Does anyone remember who Radazam is?
It's not the analog person.
No,
No.
it's not.
No.
Let's switch up the music again.
I remember the name, but don't remember who it is.
Radazam.
No, the deal something.
The Dealmaker. Yes.
Ah,
Radazam the Dealmaker is a
Positions.
Vesk, a male Vesk. Flipping through my notes. Here we go.
I have acquisitions faction noted. for
Correct.
them.
He is the leader of the Acquisitions faction, which is the newest faction of the Starfinder Society. Notes! I love it. Notes are so good. And I will show our friends at home a picture of Radazam as well. Radazam the Dealmaker. He was. We were liaising with him during the first mission, during the banquet, sort of the beginning of all of this, as he was in charge of the First Seeker's personal security at that time. He's standing near a large screen that displays a tidally locked planet labeled as Callion 2, which you can see on the map. Here.
Oh yeah.
Callion. It's one of those two. Which one? I don't actually know, but both of the planets in this small system are tidally locked, which means one side of the planet is always facing the sun and one side of the planet is always facing away, which means it's usually frozen. Starfinders, Radazam greets you in his pleasantly low voice. I'm sure you'll find this mission interesting. Our sensors have detected numerous communication signals broadcast from Callion 2. It looks like in the narrow habitable zone that exists on this tidally locked planet, that it's covered by one big, technologically advanced megacity. We have reasons to believe, thanks to the First Seeker's diplomacy work with the Izalgoons, this was, if not their home planet, then at least one of their colonies. It looks like it was an Izalgoon planet. She'd like you to collect any information on their history if you can. It's important for the Starfinders to know and might move forward any diplomatical ties with them. But the more important thing, at the very least, is finding survivors, of course. Or any useful information in the city, which seems likely. I'll upload mission data on your ship's computer. Good luck, and come back safely.
Aye, aye.
You montage into the newly painted red Drake. I imagine it's like fire engine red, unless you had a different. Yeah, like total red dragon.
Ridiculously shiny, like the paint even had like some sort of a glitter aspect to it.
Oh my god.
It's not like full glitter, but like if you look at it closely, there are speckles of different metallic highlights in there. And when the light shines on it, it's like this like really like if fire truck red almost had like a berry hue to it, deep red.
Very good. We pew, and this like shiny, sparkly red ship takes off, and pew, drifts in the direction of Callion 2. As we approach the planet, you do indeed find this megacity, the entire this habitable zone that exists in between the light and the dark side. Very much like Verces in the Pact Worlds, if you're familiar with it. It's also titling a lot. Indeed, like your scans show this huge megacity covering that strip. Again, much like Verces. This seems actually like a really common planet trope, essentially, in the galaxy. Go ahead. Who's piloting?
Probably going to be Alistair, I imagine.
Alistair. Okay, so who is going to do a computers check?
I was going to say, don't we want Alistair on computers and then Puka on piloting?
That can work.
Yeah, because that's what we're on the more kitted out ship for, because we know Alistair will kick ass on the leader roles.
Okay,
Yes.
I'm gonna do my best.
The shame I can't have my Exocortex AI do both. I'll fire the ship and use the computer.
So with the Drake, double checking the specs, you will get a +2 to computers check when scanning.
Okay.
And Puka's driving. Moves the seat up, gets closer to the brakes.
There's 6 arms. I mean, I wish I would give you mechanical bonus because there's lots of.
I mean, do you want to swap, Puka? Like, what's your piloting?
I have a +4 to pilot.
Oh, okay. I'll pilot. I've got +6, and if you want to
Okay.
count something, right? So Greyhound's the pilot.
I just got the seat where I needed it to.
Yeah, he comes over. He's like, "That's so small. What?"
Alistair, go
Right.
ahead and give me a scan.
Okie coke. So computers is +17, +2 is a +19. Okay. Ooh, that's an 8 on the dice. 8 + 19, 27.
27. Yeah, just beat the hardest check available by 3 points. There's a lot going on here. It's hard to know. Radazam sent you instructions. And following the instructions, you can find the right place in the city, the mega city. I mean, it's a planet-sized city almost.
Yeah, ring.
So it's huge, but you're able to find a good zone that was recommended to you as where the strongest communication signals are coming from. The only life signs you're picking up in the city are plants and small insectile invertebrates. It does seem indeed to be abandoned. There's still energy available. You pick up lots of energy signatures like any normal city. So things are running. But the area that Radazam brings you to, what's really cool about this city is that it's built architecturally in 15-minute walkable zones. That, like, so each section, you can kind of sort of like walk to any of the neighborhoods within 10 minutes.
Oh, it's like a cul-de-sac, but like bigger.
Yes. And so in this particular location, there are 5 main areas that you can get to with a good 10-minute walk moving between these areas. There is a factory district. There is a library. There is a military base. There is a residential area. And there is a shopping mall. Ah, let's go shopping.
Yeah.
Let's go to the mall. Let's go to the mall.
So you said it was a factory area. What are they making?
Well, you'd have to get out and investigate.
Oh, you know what we should do? We should each go to a different zone by ourselves.
And that can't possibly go wrong.
That does sound like something that would absolutely not work out. But we could just split into teams of 2, stay in contact, cover more ground that way.
Okay.
Yeah, teams of 2 work.
All right.
Okay.
How
Are we going to go shopping? Or are we going to
how far does the business couple communicate telepathically? Over what distance?
Business couple. God. I don't actually remember.
It's not.
Is it like 100 feet or something like that?
It's like 100 feet. It's not super far.
Oh, so we can't have built-in walkie-talkies.
No, we have got like our communicators. We can just talk
Got
to
the
each other.
codes for sure.
Yeah.
So you are definitely able to split up. Greylance, you find a good wide, low parking garage. No, parking garage. That's my Western mentality. A good, nice and low building that you can land on the starship on. Some sort of rooftop that has a escape ladder, fire escape ladder, a fire escape on the side.
Yeah.
Oh, no, like a New Yorkie style one down the side.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That you can easily use to get down to the ground.
All right. Okay, teams of 2 then. We can cover more ground that way. Puka, you with me?
Gotcha.
You all right?
Yeah, we can do that.
All right.
Greylands, for our team, I vote not the library.
Agreed. You can tell they worked together for a while. So, yes, good. Not the library. I wouldn't mind checking out that factory though.
I was also thinking that is a good place to start.
All right.
Team factory.
Oh, I mean, I don't want to put Krizu through books.
But
I mean, should we do the military district? Like, that's got to be Krizu's strong point.
We could also go to the mall.
I mean, we could go to the mall and do
What's the
some
difference
shopping
between military and library? Mall.
you can go shopping at the military district.
5-finger discount. I'm gonna do mall. Alistair's easy.
All right. Let's just go to the mall. Who cares?
Let's go to the mall.
Today.
All right, we'll start with Team Factory. About 10 minutes walking through these abandoned streets. These streets are wide, paved. Everything you're seeing here feels
Zalgun-sized.
meant for large-sized creatures. Exactly. The sidewalks themselves, there is like a nice little sidewalk, but instead of like a car pavement in the middle, it looks like wide bike lanes. Imagine like the bike lanes of the Netherlands, but double wide.
Right. Double wide bikes.
Yes. If for 4-wheelers instead of 2.
Because these albums have like they're like gorillas, right? But they've also got like arms.
So they've got those second set of limbs. Excuse me. They have a third set of limbs in between their arm limbs and their leg limbs that act like gorilla like hands.
Yeah.
So they can use them as hands, or they can shift and like run on them as on their knuckles.
So yeah, it makes sense that. Actually, yeah, Grant's be saying like as they're walking on, it makes sense these bike lanes will be huge. Just imagine yourself and riding it. You have like they'd be massive and the wide, pedaling with both sets of limbs, and the top one's steering, I guess.
But that means they were pretty comfortable here. They were pretty settled. This is not an outpost that was meant to be dangerous or anything bad.
You're right. This seems like the beginning of a settlement to a colony. Yeah.
I mean, no, not the beginning, the end.
Oh, right. Yeah. Sorry.
Like,
this is
not
like
just a settlement, but at the peak of what civilization could look like on a planet like this.
Yeah.
The other
Oh,
thing,
sorry. That one.
you still see like blank digital billboards. Like there's no like there you can see them. There's no ads running on them or anything, but they're there. And as you're walking, at some points you'll like turn the corner and you'll start hearing off in the distance, like in the background, elevator music. Like
nice and spooky. I like that.
It gets in your head.
And
Yeah.
every now and then you'll come across one of these speakers on the side of the building and like find that that's the source of the elevator music. Just playing throughout the city. Team Mall is also hearing it, especially at the mall.
It's interesting there's still power though. Well,
But after about 10 minutes, you arrive at the factory district.
is there any power to anything? Hang on, I gotta. Oh, sorry.
Yes. When you
Is there power to anything else other than just these speakers?
it's not dark. Well, that's not true. You're sort of in a constant state of twilight here in the center. As the planet does not turn, there is no sunset or sunrise, so it's just always you can always see the sun off in the direction, just like above the horizon. So there are street lamps that are on in like more dark areas.
Okay.
Maybe dim, but yes, power is still running. When you arrive to the factory district, it's as if the city is still living. Industrial robots are building and repairing other robots. There's a lot of activity, and you can see that these robots are highly advanced, and that everything here looks fully automated.
Do the robots look similar to the ones that we saw in the
space station?
The space station we found the tier, yeah.
The big murderous robot.
Yes.
They seem to have the same kind of design.
Yes.
See, I remember stuff. It was a month ago. I got you.
So they're humanoid, medium size. They're smaller than the Izalguns are, but they do have the 2 sets of limbs. But they only use they use all 4 of the arms in like concert of moving things and building things. They're not getting down on all 4s and running.
Right. All right. Well, let's try and find what they were making here. Maybe there'll be some records, notes, a factory like this. There should be giving some kind of stuff. If we're lucky, maybe some security footage.
And these robots are just kind of doing their job.
Actually, yeah. Are they just like what are they doing?
They haven't noticed us. They're not like
Yeah.
intruder alert kind of thing.
You haven't done anything that has like piqued their interest. You see a lot of building and repairing. Not so much repairing, and the repairs are minimal, like buffing out scratches. You can see robots returning, and like going through a little car wash, and like robots leaving. And the ones that are leaving are like being handed brooms and dustbins, and like just kind of go off, and you can see them start sweeping random corners as they're moving.
I'm really tempted.
Tempted to what? Eureka, you're making that face.
Hello!
Oh God.
As you shout out, I think the nearest like few robots around you sort of turn and look.
Can I say in like broken Izalgun hello?
Make a
Okay,
culture check.
Yeah, I'm not feigning to speak a language, but like who would have like caught like
Braylance is reaching for his sword.
let's do some dice. Llama die, you're up. That is less good. The less good. The total is 18.
You were able in broken Izalgun, because you beat an easy check, to say hello. And one of the bots sort of like takes a step forward and raises up 2 of their 2 right hands as like a wave. And you just hear,
It has 6 arms, yeah.
you hear in response, Izalgun, hello.
Common?
It does not respond to that.
Berthedin? Castrovellan? Triaxian? Vesk?
No response.
I think Puka would have more luck finding their records than asking the local machinery. But at least you found out they're not hostile, which is he like puts his sword away slowly. Good.
As you're putting it away, you halt, Grey Lance, hand still on the hilt, because off in the distance, on the second floor of the factory, looking through one of the windows, you see a humanoid form.
In that case, Grant's gonna like as they're putting the sword away, hold blade, but say, Puka.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the clock to get the time right. 10 o'clock, top left, top right.
Dashing? Are we running fast or are we running sneaky?
Let's move, sneak first. See how they react. Keep your eyes on them.
I guess there's no one here.
Oh my god, Puka! I've got to teach you better stealth than this.
But like now that what they think we haven't seen them.
Make a stealth check, both of you, please.
Yes. Let's make a stealth check.
Right, both of us.
Yes.
Puka is better at this.
Grey Lance is not.
Total 22.
Total 3.
Sorry, what, Grey Lance?
3.
3. Okay.
The one making the noise is stealthy.
Puka manages to make it through, but Grey Lance, as you're kind of approaching like the factory, the stairs that go up to the second level of the factory, 2 of the industrial robots sort of like move over and bar your way. They say something in the Zalgoon language and like put a hand up, or they put 2 of their 2 left hands up as like a stop.
I don't want to damage these machines. They're just being machines. I'm just gonna try and like muscle past them. They're not bigger than Grey Lance, right?
No, they're the size of Grey Lance.
Okay. Oh, the size of Grey Lance.
No,
No,
the Falcons were big things.
he's still gonna try and like Puka's gonna. All right, okay, just bloody machine. Move.
Or I could go ahead and we can just communicate.
Last time you went ahead, we don't have enough money for you to get another arm. Just. I'm gonna
That we
push
should
it
be
out of the
going
way.
ahead.
Grey Lance is gonna push them out of the way.
Yeah. Like Puka's like moving further ahead, so he's trying to keep up with her.
Okay. As you push through them, one of them says something, and a yellow lights start flashing throughout the factory as multiple bots descend on your position, Grey Lance.
To stealth, Grey.
All right, you know what? Never mind. Forget it. Pull out a sword. You stealth. I'll deal with this.
Okay, Puka.
If we have communicators and we can talk to
Yeah.
each other, then
You can go.
Puka's going to keep dashing forward. But will I have line of sight on Grey as I'm moving forward, or I'm wholly going?
No, you're going upstairs
Focus on the
into
guy,
the offices,
on the
basically.
figure.
All right.
Okay. As I don't want to roll initiative, Grey Lance, I'm going to have you roll an attack, please.
Sure.
And if it's a big fail, you will take some damage here.
Okay, let's go for an attack.
Just do
There's,
good.
Yeah, I'll just do good. I got a 19. Doesn't sound good. Sounds like a
19.
noise.
And what is your AC?
I haven't got my shield out, so it's only 28.
Yeah, that's still really good. These bots aren't necessarily fighting bots. So you will only take 1 attack, as you're able to knock most of them away.
Sure. I'm not trying to like damage him. I think he's just kind of muffling these things out of the way mostly.
Totally.
He's not trying to like do the whole
So
thing.
during all the scene where you're like fighting them off and waiting for Puka to come back, you'll take a total of 18 points of damage to your stamina.
Wow. Okay.
Puka, as you
Yeah.
dash upstairs and into the offices, the place where the figure you saw looking out the window is empty. There's nobody there.
No sign of them previously here.
No. And the way you came is the way they would have had to have left.
But there was no one there. No, I didn't pass anyone. Like, this is what Puka assumes, or this is the factual truth?
To you, it's factual. It is as if they disappeared in thin air.
Maybe they did actually disappear from my sight. Oh.
You hear like Greylance like over the sound of a lot of like clanging metal noises. Puka, did you find them?
They have to be here. Hello? I say it out loud, like not yelling, but like normal voice.
No answer.
Hello, I'm with the Starfinder Society. We're here to help. We're here to looking for survivors. We're here to help people who have been missing for a year. Their families miss them. Their colleagues miss them. Anything you can do to help us out, please.
No answer.
There's only one way they could have gone in and out, right?
The way Puka came in here, there's only one way, and that's the way she came in.
I'm going to back towards that entrance point and just kind of sort of stand in the middle with my arms out, sort of thing. Like, Puka's having, maybe Ida or Puka has the feeling that maybe this person has a means to go invisible and they're just being quiet.
Yeah,
and if they want to pass, there's hopefully a chance that Puka's going to at least feel some sort of thing jumping or going through or past her. So just kind of like, she's like making small talk, like, my name's Puka. I'm here with friends.
So many sounds of combat down below.
Nothing. Puka, if you want to wait any longer, Greylance is going to have to make another check to fight off the bots downstairs.
There's only one way up. I keep talking as I start moving backwards. I keep talking, but I'm moving backwards towards Gray.
Okay. Nothing. And the two of you will escape the factory with your lives? No, it probably wouldn't be that bad, but the bots are literally rebuilding themselves and repairing themselves, and it's an endless...
Yeah, he's just fighting this endless battle, this sea of bots. But, yes, a little busy, Puka.
They don't want to talk or they're not here. But I think it's really unlikely that they're alone. Puka, like, trying to dodge hits while she's standing near Greylance. Hopefully she's not the object of hostility.
Wait, are you down with them? I thought you were just in the room.
No, I will start moving back towards you.
Oh, before you do, you still got the flash grenade, right?
I had flash grenade.
You still have it?
Yeah, I remember it being given to me. You want me to toss it here?
Well, it won't do any damage, but it will spook anybody who might be in there with you.
I don't know if I want to spook them.
Well, do something before I have to... These things don't bloody end.
All right, Greylance, make another attack roll, please. Fair.
No, Puka doesn't want to be hostile towards this creature yet. There's no reason to be yet.
Okay. It's cool. That is a 9.
A 9. Okay.
I'm having a bad day for rolls today.
You're gonna take 20 points of stamina damage. 20 points of damage, basically.
Yeah.
Cool. Just getting knocked back and forth by these damn machines.
Mm-hmm. And they're beginning to overpower you.
All right, Puka, we have to leave.
Yep. Listen, please. Maybe you're not alone. Maybe we'll also try to talk to your friends. We mean no harm. Okay? We met other Izalgun and their lives are much harder, and they're our friends, and we want to do right by them too. They helped us get here. Skitter over towards Greylands, and I'm like, you have to say it like this, the Izalgun hello, as we're like trying to run away.
Whatever that figure was, it didn't look like an Izalgun in the window.
No.
It did not. It looked like a medium-sized humanoid.
Yeah. So I don't think other Izalguns they're going to care about that much.
We sideswipe back to our friends. At the mall.
Let's go to the mall. Hey!
Yeah, the others are doing okay. Meanwhile, shopping.
Yeah.
I'm just reminded of the mall episode in the Last of Us TV show.
Oh man.
I haven't seen it.
Okay, let's leave that
Mm.
unspoken then.
Mm.
The weird elevator music that's broadcasting around the city is louder here than everywhere else.
Of course.
The mall is rather small. It's very much like a local mall feel. Not that you would recognize Izalgun chains, like chain stores, but you do get the vibe that this mall is very much. It has its stores that are like bright with, fashion clothes and big sized Izalgun stuff. But it also has like more quaint stalls with, no longer these stalls are no longer operated. The main stores, the big chain stores, are still operated by robots, by artificial employees, I guess. Technically, they're not employees. Placing useless and deteriorated products on display. The way they just sort of move and move things off one shelf, and then you see one moving clothes from a rack, putting it on the discount rack, taking the discount stuff off of that rack, putting it in a bin. Another robot comes and grabs all the stuff there and begins sewing them to sew them up into new clothes and begin the process all over again.
But they're like moth-eaten clothes.
The fabric is
deteriorating.
super
Yes.
old. There might be someone who a robot lifts up a shirt, sees it's full of holes, and begins stripping it for fabric and handing it to another robot who's just gonna re-spin it up into a new t-shirt.
Interesting.
Upcycling.
Yes. How interesting that they've found that out that they've made those robots do this.
Yes.
Essentially forever.
Go ahead and make me. Well, what are you doing?
Is there a central area where there's like malls where there's usually a fountain with a bench around it or whatever,
Absolutely.
Okay.
The fountain has dried up. It is not bubbling. Dusty.
Are there any ceiling windows?
Yeah, that's a nice big dome arch with light, with the twilight from outside sort of filtering through.
Yes.
It's like a weird half dark sky.
Yeah, so we are walking around at night-ish.
Night. Well, it's not quite night.
Okay.
It's twilight.
Okay. Got it. All right, well, I would like to stand in the middle and then just scan the area, not necessarily actually scan.
Go ahead and give
but,
me perception or survival. I'll take that as well.
Perception. These have done me dirty. So please. Is this better? Oh my god. El Bozo. 11.
11. Nah, the music's starting to get on your nerves. The mall, while empty and a little interesting, is empty, and maybe the library would have been more interesting than this.
That's saying something.
I'm now I am now envisioning, instead of elevator music, ice cream truck music.
Oh god.
That's more annoying.
That's scarier too.
That is scary. Yeah.
Well, it does look quiet. He's not good at it, but he'll try and copy quizzes and try and percept himself.
Okay.
You got this.
I ain't got this. 15.
15.
Yeah, he's not
better.
the perceptive type.
It's better. It's one away from the easy check, which is a 16. But it's enough for me to say this place clearly hasn't been used
No.
in years. from the state of things, you get some millennia, which you have a good automated robot force that can I mean, it's good upkeep considering it's. I mean, how long?
Considering its age.
What's a millennium? 1,000? No.
1,000, yeah.
1,000 years. Okay, that's actually not that.
Millennium's 1,000.
That's not that long. I keep imagining millennia is like much longer, but 1,000 years, that's nothing.
Nothing.
That's nothing.
I do want to put out a hello. Is there anyone here? We are Starfinders. We are here to help.
As Chrysis shouts out, Alistair, you sort of look to your left, because we're in the center, and the left goes down a long hall to what could be a food court. And directly behind the Zalgun burger stand, like behind the counter, you can see a humanoid form standing.
Need that.
And looking.
Oh, right.
I think Alistair's is like elbow Chrysis, but given the size difference, try and like elbow to get her attention, and then Alistair's gonna break into a sprint and just try and get over there.
I will follow immediately.
As you follow, you can see this like form, the silhouette of a person behind the burger counter.
While we're running, I go, "Hello, are you okay? We're here to help."
As you get closer and closer, you can see that this form is of a gray-skinned Kasatha. So 4 arms with a cone head, and just a simple like white cloth covering, like bandana, like around its head, covering its mouth. The Kasathan people usually, for cultural reasons, having mouth coverings. And as you're running, they turn and walk, and then turn again through the back door of the burger stand. Away.
What? Why away?
Who's faster? Chrysis is faster. Alistair is wearing like heavy armor.
Yeah, I've only got 20-foot movement.
Chrysis, you burst through that back door of the burger stand and into the frying area kitchen.
Yes.
There's no one there, and there's no other exit.
What the fuck?
Oh.
I like start opening cabinets, seeing if they're hiding. Hello?
There's like a freezer, walk-in freezer. No one in there.
Oh.
And there's nothing in there either. I don't want
no
to
food.
try to scare you. This isn't Resident Evil.
We've already had that. We already had the
It
bar
was.
scene.
I eventually Alistair comes in behind me, I guess, and I go,
Yeah.
They are gone.
They can't leave. There's no way out. We saw them go in. They have to be in here. What can we do?
Was it someone trying to trick us?
Okay, well, it could be. We're not going crazy, are we? I'm not hallucinating. I think Alistair is going to try and do something he's never done before and see if he can use his latent magical energy to see if he can kind of, rather than looking for technological stuff, look for magical stuff. Because, you can't use computers to go through a wall, but you could use magic to go through a wall.
Okay, you're casting Detect Magic.
Do I actually have it?
That would be a good question.
That would be a question. No, I don't, because technomancers don't get it.
No,
I can. Do they? I thought I picked it up, but oh well. You see, you can't even investigate the room. Something. I think Alistair's kind of like going along the wall, like placing his hands along all of it, like trying to see if there's like anything that like resonates or anything that like technological, because he's got like his obviously got his exocortex and his computer engineering rig, and panicking, I guess. Alistair is a little bit because he's been told something that shouldn't be possible, and it's agitating him a little bit.
Does it show? Does Alistair show that he's panicking at all?
Yeah, like it starts off as like tapping the walls like that, and then halfway through the stand, it just becomes very frantic, very hard, very fast, almost as if he feels like he's trapped in the room. Interesting.
I think that's when Krizith steps in and like puts a hand, a big clawed, strong hand on Alistair's shoulder and goes, "Hey,
oh,
you with me?"
Yeah. No, I'm fine. I just there's an answer here somewhere.
There doesn't have to be. I know there might be. However, we don't have to find it out now at this moment.
Yeah, you're right. We should probably go do a sweep of the outside and see if there's anything there.
Yes, I think so too. Deep breath.
I'm fine. I'm guessing the exocortex doesn't like pick anything up.
No.
As he's trying to. It's like it's a ghost.
And
how about those glasses?
You mean the visors?
Yeah. The one that has like thermal vision.
Has the X-ray mode on it. Okay. I think Alistair's like puts the obviously it's a Zalgoon visor, so it's quite big for Alistair's head. Yeah, I suppose he puts it on. So there was motion tracking, there was X-ray, and there was thermal. Motion tracking wouldn't work because the thing's already moved, so you can't see things as previously. I think, yeah, you put it on X-ray mode and see if there's anything in the burger stand that is there any like hollow. Can the X-ray pick up any hollow pockets or things that shouldn't be there?
No.
It's just a burger stand. It's just a burger stand.
It is just a burger stand.
And with that, the camera will zoom out once more. Secondary locations. Are we still splitting up? Are we going to meet back up?
We can meet before we resplit.
Yeah, we can meet back up.
Or at least call and talk about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
So the comms beep. And we're on a conference call.
Right.
Greyland's pissed off robots.
Not exactly how I'd put it, but yeah, some pissed off robots definitely gave me something of a kicking. How do you guys do?
Well, we were at the mall and there was someone at this burger stand. However, we went into the kitchen where they went to and they were gone.
Like an Zalgoon someone?
No.
We experienced similar phenomenon. Looked like it was smaller humanoid though. Definitely not Zalgoon.
Bipedal humanoid. And they just like vanished.
Yeah, we had a similar experience. Went into a room with no one out. I mean, they had the cover of their mouth, the cone head, like a berry color. Yes, that's it.
What's Kassafa doing it? How does Alice not know? You live on a space station full of alien people. You're an alien. How do you not know what a Kassafa is?
I think
it's like not knowing what, at that point, it's like not knowing what like Brazilians are.
I think Hedge forgot.
Right, okay. Yes. Yeah, fine. That's fine.
I forgot, but I also think Alistair in that moment as well is kind of like still
rattled.
Alistair's actually the Ashley Williams of
oh my god.
Starfinder Society. Sorry.
So I'm gonna say sounds like a Kassafa, but shouldn't be anyone here.
To have Kasathans Are they allies with the Hazalgun? Do they have tradings? Are they known species that tend to work together? Because this is, I thought, almost an exclusively Hazalgun post.
There
Know
would
any
be
of them?
no way for anyone from the Pact Worlds to have
Yeah,
been to
whoever's
the
here.
Scoured Stars before
If-
a year ago.
Do Kasathans have wall walking capabilities?
I think any certain amount of mage ability will let you teleport through walls and the like, or turn invisible. It might not necessarily be the Kasathans, just that there are other people here. Did you manage to? We didn't get close enough to talk to them. Did you make any contact?
No.
We tried, but the closer we got, the more they wanted to move away.
Did
So there is someone here who is trying to trick our brains into thinking that there are people here saving.
Yeah, at least one or two then.
But they haven't been hostile. They've just been shy.
We're not saying they're hostile, Puka. We're
I know.
saying that they're being, for want of a better word, sneaky. And on this mission, sneaky is not what we want.
Or maybe they aren't even there. Maybe there's one puppet master who has created some puppets for us.
Well,
So what's the call? Do we go to the other locations and see the same thing again?
I recommend we
Do
stick together this time.
do we try to like really corner one, but they'll just disappear again?
Well, if we stick together this time, there'll be more of us. We can try a diplomatic route, and if they do decide to do a runner, well, easy to catch them,
Okay.
or at least spot them.
I think
The
4 of us is better than 2.
There's the library, military base, and residential area left.
Let's try the residential area.
It seems the safest. If they did mean us harm, there's less capacity for them to, I don't know, aim something at us that might hurt.
Yeah, less factory robots would be nice as well.
Let's meet up at where we parked then, and then we will go to
Jump
the
account.
residential area.
Aye, let's make our way.
All right.
While Puka also keeps an eye out on the walk there if there's any other humanoid shadows.
Exactly.
You still hear the eerie elevator music. Beep, 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 beep,
Alistair,
beep,
there's not any way you can
beep,
trace
beep,
that music, is there?
beep, beep,
Maybe a signal?
I mean, if we can find a terminal, somewhere I can sort of interface with.
Yeah.
My thought about the military base was that the military base must have computers that must be linked to the general city.
Did you tap into the citywide speakers to broadcast a message saying like, hello, we've
No,
seen
we
you,
don't.
come
We
see.
don't need to do that.
I thought this sneak was bad.
The thing that bugs me, I mean, ignore the automation that you guys have found for a minute. How do you keep a city powered for this long
That's what I'm
and not
thinking.
run out of fuel?
I figured we figure out where the power's coming from with that music.
Solar, duh.
And
One whole side of the
Yeah.
planet always faces the sun.
Oh,
True.
you know what that makes? Is that? Can we check out those computers? That makes sense, actually. That makes way too much sense.
That,
it does make sense.
true, probably.
Are there? Do we
It
see
is-
like solar panels freaking everywhere? We just didn't notice.
They're just so
It's
standard.
space solar.
I mean, yeah, if you're facing
Starfinder,
this
it's
all
so
the time.
standard. As
Yeah.
us Earth humanoids, it's like radical still to us.
Yeah.
Yes.
What? Renewable energy?
Yeah, it makes sense actually. You're facing this all the time. Of course, it's solar.
That's so futuristic.
Whoa.
But Alistair, if you would like to plug into one of these speakers and find out where it's coming
Yeah,
from, by all means, computers check, please.
I'll plug my Exo Cortex in. Check into it myself. So that's 14 plus. Where's my computers? 24. 32.
32. So 24 is the hard DC. So 32 is really, really good. Yes,
Nice.
your assumption is correct. All of from what you can tell, scanning and looking at this, all of the functions of the city are being routed through a series of servers and computers located at the military base.
Okay, so there's got to be someone or something there.
All right. Good thinking, Anna. Let's make our way.
Yeah, and before we go, I can't interface with those servers from here, can I?
No.
No, I'm too far out.
No.
Okay, detour.
You're able to walk past the residential area, or at least like along the edge of it. And much like the shopping mall, it's empty, abandoned. The only inhabitants, the only things you see are robots, the same robots from the mall, and the ones being made from the factory, coming here, making repairs, cleaning the residences, etc.
It gives me like Pleasantville vibes, like just like rows of houses with like mannequins in the front yard. It's like, I hate that.
I would actually imagine this is. There are probably some houses. I would imagine there are some good large amounts of apartments as well.
Yeah.
City living, you know.
I think that while they're walking, Alice is going to keep his Exalgoon goggles on, and is just going to have them permanently on motion sensor mode, and just keeps checking out every single ping it gets, even if it's robots.
Sure. While walking, off in the distance you see that form again, but it's far this time. And as you're moving, it doesn't seem to get any closer, almost like following your position. Until it just, you walk down one street, and like there's a like a house in the way, and as you look, it's gone again.
I hate that.
But
how far away?
It isn't hang on. You know, it's not unlikely this could be ghosts. I've heard of them, especially as far out. There's all kinds of weirdness out here. But ghosts of Kasathans.
But why Kasathans? Why not Izalgun ghosts?
If they're stuck out here as well, they passed whilst exploring this place as we are. They could be stuck here. We'll get more information, hopefully, once we get to the military base, but I've got my suspicions.
I mean, it could be holographic. That would be my normal thing, but I can't pick up anything that detects or even suggests. I mean, holograms need projectors.
Okay. To the factory.
To the military base.
Sorry,
Yes.
military.
About half hour.
Not the factory, please.
Walking to the residential area, walking through it, and walking to the military base. So nice. Military base is right next to the residential area. We can easily walk there.
Fine.
This is what they mean by walkable cities.
Yeah, you know, just keep the guns next to the people. Love it.
Better than a bleach factory across the street, am I right?
Yeah.
I won't ask.
It's Texas.
Oh no.
So we get to the military base. It's quite small. I mean, you may be like imagining something much bigger, but it is just like a single building with a walled exterior, maybe like a courtyard before it hits the building. There is like an open archway, no gate as can be seen. And as you're walking up to it, though, that same Kasathan figure is approaching you.
Huh?
Hello? Hello?
You're the one that's been following us around, I assume.
Hello.
Hi.
You are Starfinders.
Yes.
And you're not a ghost.
I'm not.
Yeah, I owe you 5 credits, Wicca.
I am called A1.
A1.
Is the name I have chosen for myself.
Okay.
What are you doing here, A1?
Yeah.
This place is meant to be deserted.
How
You're
are
not
you
Izalgun.
here?
I manage the city and administer to its needs. Why are you here?
We're
Find out-
searching. Oh, sorry. Go on. You go.
to find out what happened to the Zalguns and to the other Starfinders that were in this system.
The Zalguns left long ago, and they left me in charge.
Wait. You're not a Kasathan, are you?
No. I chose a form I thought you would find comfortable.
You're a computer, right? An AI.
That is correct.
Is that pejorative? I don't know. You looking at Pugla, I didn't. It's not like not racist or nothing. I
I
just
mean,
wasn't
it's
sure the
factual.
term was.
Mm.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
There's a whole planet of AIs in the Pact Worlds, Avalon.
that's true. Yeah, that's true. Oh, so yeah, he says you're an AI, right?
Yes.
Oh,
Are you familiar with the Starfinders that came here last year? The first Seeker and their party.
It looks down at you, and the way in the twilight light, it's directly underneath the gate of the entrance. And so the way the light hits the gate, it's like eyes are in shadow. As it looks down at you, Puka, it says, "That information is classified." And that's where we're going to end our session.
What?
oh.
No. No,
Uh,
it's not.
Oh, he says that. We say no. We don't. Actually, we have to
Exactly.
get going. Sorry.
No, actually, it's not classified.
Yeah. Actually,
This is the past and this is the word.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, so we'll pick back up next week on that awesome moment, meeting A1,
Yeah, nice.
the AI.
There.
Weird that they named it A1, like A1 steak sauce.
I was gonna say.
I heard they one. I was like AI. All right.
Yeah,
All right.
you know what? I'm not gonna blame an AI for not being particularly creative.
Inventive.
Yeah.
There you go.
Wait, did
They
it name
just wanted
itself
to
or did these
ensure-
others name it?
It named itself.
Oh,
Yeah.
poor thing. Okay.
If everything's alphabetized, they ensure that they're always at the top of that list.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like those people that name themselves __ to be at the top of Discord lists or
Yeah.
Oh
something.
my god, I never thought of
Yeah.
changing my name right away. Underscore. A1, baby.
I'm gonna go with XX Pan XX. I was gonna do that. It would be pretty cool.
Awesome. So thank you, everyone, for being here and for kicking off this cool finale.
Yeah.
There is some stuff happening in the next few weeks. So I will kick it to the cast to let us know where can we find you? What are you up to? Inez, start us, please.
Hello. It is me, your friend Inez. God, I've missed saying that. Yeah. I'm back, baby. I use she, her pronouns, and you can find me everywhere on the internet at XXSuccubusJeff or just SuccubusJeff. My face is everywhere. It's very easy to find me. I have absolutely nothing going on. So TikTok and Twitter are most active. TikTok, well, I gotta post more on TikTok. I've been slacking. I'm sorry. I admit. However, I might have some voice acting content coming out soon. Pretty cool. Yeah, I might be recording some cool stuff real soon. So look out for that. And then also I am now in the works with an artist to start doing my Twitch overlays again. So me and my own personal stream are going live very, very, very soon. At least I hope.
Nice.
Because I feel ready for it. It's been a long hiatus. I've worked a lot on myself, and I think I'm ready to go back into the world of streaming and give everyone the entertainment person that they need.
You know what you're going to start off with?
Me.
The one they deserve, not the one they need right now.
I've been loving doing just like my daily grinds on my games, but also I've wanted to play. Hold on. I've wanted to play Horizon Zero Dawn or Hellblade.
Okay,
Or
okay.
maybe just start like a new Elden Ring playthrough. That would be really fun. So check that out. And other than that, I don't have much going on. I love you very much. Take care of yourself.
Well, following her heels, I'm Pan. I don't love you very much. I, in fact, am coming for you. I am your nemesis. Took some time off. I was preparing myself for your untimely demise, but now I'm ready. I'm coming for you. In the meantime, though, you see the pronouns. You can find me at Twitter at Stella Encore and on most places otherwise as well. I'm not doing a whole lot at the moment. I'm moving house, so I've kind of like stepped back a bit from the streaming stuff. But liking this, I will also be getting back into streaming once I'm all moved and everything. I'll have like a whole officey space. I'll have like a cool green screen. I'll have some shit in the background. I'll be doing my life, baby. I'll get myself like a cute anime girl VTuber. No, wait, no, that's for later. But yeah, you can find me there doing that soon. You can find me on Dust Lucky over here on Twitch if you want to check me out doing stuff in future. I just want to say thanks again, guys. Really missed this. Really missed just coming in here and having a blast with you guys. And I missed the characters and stuff. So, good stuff. Thank you.
Oh, jeez, why is my talk start coughing? One moment. Oh god, I'll get into this cough eventually. Yes, hi, I've been Hedgehawk. You can find me over on Twitter at Hedgehawk UK. Stuff that I'm doing is also non-existent. I haven't returned to streams properly yet. This is the first one I've come back to. Maybe in the future. I'm thinking about maybe 3 weeks' time. This Adventures League will re-kick back off. But at the moment, I still need a little bit more time to get my ducks in order before I start DMing stuff or GMing stuff again. So yeah, I would say I'm also active on Twitter, but I'm also not active on Twitter at the moment. I've taken a break from the Bluebird, and it is very liberating. I've enjoyed the silence and not having 20 million notifications pop up. But yeah,
turning notifications off helped me a lot.
Lovely. Lovely.
I would say that I'm going to be getting into personal streaming at some point, but I abandoned that a long time ago. I have gamer rage and no one wants to see that on camera.
Well, there is a market for that. There's a lot of people who love seeing that.
No.
Including me, yeah.
Oh boy.
But that's me.
And hi everyone, thanks for joining. And we started playing this game in November?
October, I want to say.
October.
Some very long time ago, and it's been a brilliant ride. And as much as I'm going to miss it, I also share in Fifu's philosophy that it's wonderful to see games end as well, because that means you've succeeded through it, but it's bittersweet.
Yeah.
You can find me at Twitter at Independent, mostly retweeting other things that I'm in. Tomorrow we have a break from our D&D at Horde of Tales, as we're in between chapters. I am getting very busy with Roll for Good. However, our big event is at the end of this month, May 27, 28. We have 6 games, all going for a charity to support LGBTQIA plus human rights. We got Thirsty Sword Lesbians. We got Himbos. We got the things from the Flood. We got Morkborg. We got D&D 2. We have How to Be a Hero. It's going to be amazing. Definitely check us out. And do what you can to, shout us out, come and lurk, come and chat, come and encourage those who are in a financial means to give what they can. We're working on really cool intermission content. We're really working on cool giveaways. As such, if you're a creator that has digital or physical items, preferably EU, UK based, and you're willing to donate prizes that go towards our giveaways that help spur those donations, please get in touch with us. We can always use a few more of those. I'm talking about your modules maybe you have on DM's Guild, or your indie game that you have on Itch.io, or if you're EU UK nerd item creator, we've given things like dice cups, cool scrolls,
TTRPG kind of things, let us know if you're able to share some of that generosity. We'd be really, really appreciate it. And see you at Roll for Good.
Those little giveaway things make all the difference. I remember last year, just to unlock that next giveaway, drop in, an extra €5, just to get the chance to win something cool. I mean, even if it's just dice, at least it's all, well, okay. That's totally me saying it's just dice, but I don't have the illness.
That sounds like you haven't bought enough dice to me. That sounds like a guy who hasn't bought enough dice yet.
If it's not just dice, I mean, some of the things we gave away at the last event were like 5 whole digital modules for Alien RPG, Vasin.
Yep. But there was a cool leather dice cup.
Yes.
And that I was like, that was what I like put the mic because I was like, okay, I gotta try and get that.
I gotta get that. Come on.
Just like a little Yahtzee dice cup, that'd be so much fun.
Yeah.
Well, so yeah, speaking for Roll for Good, I will be playing in one of the games.
Yeah.
Doing some things from the Flood, so Tales from the Loop, but 90s and teenagers, like older teenagers.
Basically the same system as Tales from the Loop.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
You're a veteran now.
So very excited for that. I'll be there as a part of the mod squad, so you can see me all weekend. You can also see friends of Manapot, the Individual and the Never Squid, who have been on happy hours here at Manapot, and our friends over at the Tavernaut, and Horde of Tales, of course, will be modding as well.
Apollo will be GMing. Caro Blaine is playing.
Naro, who's GMing, has also been on the happy hour and will be on a happy hour in a week and a half. Putting together an all-German happy hour to end off the season. Still looking for people. But it's because Blaine will be running that one as well. So we still got some stuff going on here as we wind down in the 2023 spring season at Manapot. But most importantly, please come back next week for the second part of our 3-part finale, in which the Starfinders continue exploring the Scoured Stars
in space.
And with that, I will bid you all good night and adieu.
Adieu.
Hey guys.
Bye.
Love you. Mwah. Goodbye.